Hey, y'all. Give me a second. I'm putting my earrings in. Thanks, Melina. Oh, man, I got so much to talk about today. And Parker just got me all down another rabbit hole. Thanks, Parker. Hey, Psychic Zelda Kelly. Oh, you came over from Dave Schrader's channel. Yeah. So, all right, wait, hold on one more second. All right. Oh yes, it worked. It worked. The command. Ugh, my hair is like, I need to trim the ends of my hair because they still have like bleach in them from a very long time ago, and they keep getting knotty, and it's driving me crazy. But so coming up, probably like next week. Hey, Boston Nick MMA. Probably next week. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, I am going to. So, oh yeah, Casey has returned. Right? Like, do we want her back? No. Like, send her away. Oh, I'm gonna have to like go to my YouTube too instead of StreamYard because I can't see the emojis unless I'm. Ugh, this is driving me crazy. Just put my hair back here. So well, let me tell you guys this first before I get started because I'm super hype about it. Probably like. Let me stop my camera one more time. Probably next week. I'm gonna have Dave Schrader on, and if anybody doesn't know who he is, if you watch ghost shows, you may know who he is. Like, I love ghost hunting stuff, which is, I don't know, it's like my guilty pleasure. It's like oh good, they're working. Oh, I see the thanks, how cute. Okay. Okay, Jen. So he is like the star in Holzer. Oh, that's okay, partner. Oh, and I'll put my if anyone wants to come up too, I'll just leave that in there. But he is like the star of Holzer Files, The Ghost of Devil's Perch, and he was on Ghost Adventures too. He was featured in a lot of. Yay! Hey, Pointer Lover. Hey, Boston Nick. Thank you for joining. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you guys for becoming a member, and thank you, Pointer Lover, for the super chat last time. I was like, I don't remember if I seen hers or if I accidentally missed it, and I was scouring all the chats on YouTube to try and find you that night because I was in a panic, thinking that maybe I didn't see yours because I like looked through it all at the end, and I was like, I don't remember if I said thank you or not to Pointer Lover because I don't know if I saw hers. Thank you, Aria. So yeah, Dave Schrader, he's been on Ghost Adventures, you know, like Ghost Adventures with Zach Baggins, that show. He's been on Holzer Files, which is like one of my favorites. So thanks, Ella. So Holzer Files, there's this guy, Hans or I think I'm saying it wrong. I think it's just Holzer. He was like a paranormal investigator in like the 70s, and he did a lot of work on the Amityville Horror. Sorry, I couldn't think the Amityville House. God darn it! Hold on a second. He did a lot of work on that, and he would go with like a psychic lady, and they would do their. You like my sus emoji? That one's my favorite. He would go to like houses and, you know, like do ghost hunting and bring a psychic with them and things like that, and he would do investigations on them. And he was the one who concluded that that house, that there was a Chinook Indian burial ground underneath. Well, anyway, in the show Holzer Files, they go through his old paranormal investigating files, and they go back and revisit all the places that he did and look into them. And then there's a new show called Ghost of Devil's Perch, which is really cool. It's in Butte, Montana. It's like an old mining town. And they go and explore all the different, haunted areas there because they got a lot of like weird stuff going on in the town, and they kind of connect it with the history and all that. So it looks, well, I watched some of it and it's really cool. If you like history and you like ghost hunting, then it's a good show to watch. And it's on the Travel Channel. And he also has a YouTube channel called The Paranormal 60, where he talks about all kinds of stuff. Like he just did a paranormal episode on like ancient mummies and alien abductions and things like that. So he's going to be coming on next week, and we're going to be kind of like integrating, I think next week. He's sick right now, so when he's feeling better, he's going to come over. But we're going to be integrating paranormal with history. We're going to be integrating paranormal with crime, because he has been to like Jeff Dahmer's cell, and some like strange things has happened in there. Richard Ramirez, he's been to a couple places of like serial killers and stuff like that, so he has some cool stories to talk about. Yeah, can't wait for Casey Anthony's new chapter of lies. And that's what I'm on about now. I am so annoyed with Casey Anthony. All right, so here's my plan. I think I do have Peacock. If not, I will get it. And I will make a throwaway channel. And on the 29th, we can have like a watch bar. Well, it's not really going to be a throwaway channel. It'll be my second channel. It's going to be a lizard channel. But what I'll do is I'll just like, we'll watch it and then I'll quickly unlist it and delete it. But we can watch it together if you want. But it sounds like to me that she's going on about her dad still. And if anyone hasn't followed Casey Anthony, she's... Oh, yeah, we can do it in Discord, too. If anyone... Here, that's a good idea. Maybe it'll be safer to do in Discord. Here, I'll send my Discord link. And then we could go in, like, general and watch it on Discord. I mean, that's probably the safer way to do it, to be honest. I need to make a Nightbot thing for... You know what? Well, no, I'm not going to, because it expires after like 7 days, so there's really no reason to make a Nightbot link for that. Yeah, there's my Discord link. So, yeah, we can do that. We can wait. Yeah, she needs to leave her dad alone. Jesus Christ, that poor man. Like, she'll just throw anyone under the bus. Like Zanny the nanny, who doesn't even exist, and now her dad. So... this is no secret. She like suddenly came out about, it was during the trial, right? She just like dropped this bombshell that her dad was abusing her, like, SA type deal. And that she wanted to like protect Kaylee from him or something like that. And now it sounds to me like she's trying to throw it on her dad completely. I read an article. Here we go. Hold on. Let me pull up a couple articles so I can... She makes me sick too. And no, I could not imagine being her parents. No freaking way. I mean, can you, like, she's just throwing her dad under the bus and trying to make, like, on national television. I hope that he's not in her life right now, because I would have had enough of her crap. All right, let's see. A devastating case that gripped the hearts of millions for years has once again been thrust back into the spotlight as the woman at the center of it all, Casey Anthony, has emerged with renewed claims against her father. Anthony, who was acquitted in 2011 for the 2008 Florida death of her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee, sobbed as she told filmmakers what she described as being the real truth behind what happened over a decade ago. Despite her admitted lies, I admitted that I lied, she told filmmakers, but no one asked why. Casey Anthony, Where the Truth Lies, documents the first time the woman has appeared on camera since she was found not guilty of Caylee's murder, but guilty of lying to law enforcement. Each episode, which spans more than an hour, heavily features interviews from members of Anthony's former defense team, San's lead attorney, Jose Baez. Now everybody knows Jose Baez is so famous for this. Baez previously told Fox News Digital he was not involved in the show and had not seen it. So I guess maybe he's not in it, but the rest of his team is. Sorry, I was crumbling like a wrapper and I didn't want it to make noise. Okay. Anthony stopped short of alleging her father, 71-year-old George Anthony, intentionally killed Caylee, but heavily accused the man of being somehow involved. I'm not outright accusing him of murder, but it wasn't an accident in the pool, Anthony said in the 3-part series provided to Fox News Digital in advance of its November 29th release. George Anthony told Fox News Digital on Wednesday that he has been in contact with an attorney. He would not comment when contacted by Fox News Digital on Tuesday, noting that he wanted to first watch the full documentary. Now that's sad to me, that even though she's throwing him under the bus, he still wants to wait to comment to see this documentary. Like, you know what he's doing. I'm not sure. That's a good question, Parker. I wouldn't be surprised, though. Like, I would not be surprised if she sent him down that road. I mean, he's probably going to end up... He's probably going to end up, like, having a ton of health problems over stress and shit over this. He's 71 years old. I mean, come on, man. I lost everything the day I lost her. Everything, Anthony told the camera. Every day I live with a broken heart. I want to know why. Anthony's trial lasts more than a month, during which her... My eye is so itchy. Hold on a second. I keep getting like an itch right in the corner of my eye. It's driving me crazy. He should sue her. That's like major defamation. I keep thinking... Okay, it's on silent mode now. He could definitely sue her for defamation. I hope he does. I mean, that's life-ruining. Already what she's done to him is life-ruining. But you know what? At least... Here's the thing. At least most of America never believed her crap and still doesn't. But I am afraid that she's going to do this documentary and, you know, start having people start thinking that she's telling the truth, and I hope not. Yeah, I get like really bad allergies and my eyes have been super itchy. Like up here's been itchy too. I don't know why. So like I've been sneezing, my eyes have been super itchy, and it happens like every time I'm about to go live. It's just my luck. Baez argued that Caylee... Alright, so hold on. I skipped something. Wait. Anthony's trial lasted more than a month, during which time her parents and her brother were among those called as witnesses. Baez argued that Caylee accidentally drowned and her death was then covered up, though Casey said she does not believe her daughter drowned in the family's above-ground pool. Meanwhile, prosecutors argued that Casey Anthony suffocated the girl using chloroform and then covered the toddler's mouth with duct tape. Now, we know that she searched how to make chloroform on her family's computer. Pretty sure it was like how to make chloroform she searched. And then when they found Caylee's body, they were still like duct tape stuck to her. Yeah, no way she's innocent. No freaking way. I just hope nobody falls for this. You know what I mean? I think I was glued to my TV for this, and I was young still. Like, what year did this happen in? 2011. I'm trying to think. 2003. I mean, I was like in my early 20s, yeah. I think everybody was glued to their TV for this. I mean, it was just so, I was so shocked. I think did you ever see the reaction videos of everyone, like their reaction to her being found not guilty? Hold on. I think the world was shocked. I'm trying to see if I can find, like, here we go.
Casey Anthony could walk away a free woman as soon as tomorrow. Florida jury found her not guilty of killing her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee. She was found guilty, however, of lying to investigators. But since she's been in jail for nearly 3 years already, she could leave prison tomorrow. For many people who've been transfixed by the trial, they have now been left stunned by the verdict. News 8's Keith Baldy has our continuing coverage from the newsroom. Keith?
Tracy, people all over the country, including here in Maine, have been captivated by this case. It's definitely a talker, and people have opinions about the trial and Anthony's guilt or innocence. Why? Well, there seem to be a few reasons. It's a beautiful July day here at the park in the center of Brunswick, a good place to take a break, catch some sun, or get something to eat. For Elizabeth Pangborn and her fiancé, being here in Maine right now just makes sense.
It was a very good week to take vacation.
Elizabeth works at the courthouse in Orlando, where Casey Anthony's trial has been taking place for the last several weeks. And she says that she definitely needed a break from the frenzy.
There were a couple days that got a little crazy.
It felt like it was earlier than 2011, though, didn't it?
Because there were only a certain amount of tickets to get in the courtroom, and there were a couple days where they had fights, so they had to rearrange things after that.
Because so many people wanted to get in and security was so tight, Elizabeth needed to wait in line just to get to work every morning. As to why so many are interested?
I think it's honestly a moderately attractive girl that may, or as the court deemed, did not kill her daughter, and the media went nuts with it.
Find the defendant not guilty.
The media focus is why others here say they too have been following the case. It's on TV, the web, and papers, and so they wanted to join the conversation as well.
If you see a face and you see it publicized everywhere and everybody else is looking at it, I mean, you feel like you should be too.
Not to mention that it's all over social media. Twitter and Facebook are a constant stream of new info and commentary that's updated and instantly changing. And people say the case is dramatic, like a real-life made-for-TV movie. It also centers around a mother and child, something many can relate to.
It's not that it was interesting where I wanted to watch hours and hours of it, but I do have children, and it touched me. You know, my kids were small one time.
There were, of course, plenty of people today who said they know nothing about the case and don't care to, but it is overwhelming the internet and definitely tough to avoid.
I had just seen like a reaction video. Oh, this is it. Look at this. Watch everyone's. Oh my God.
To those in the gallery, please do not express any kind of approval or disapproval on the reading of the verdict. Let's return to
These people freak out. Watch. I gotta keep it like this so it skips. Because Dave's gaming. This is like in a coffee shop.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Have you reached the verdict? Did you have the verdict form to the court?
Or is this in the courtroom? Like, and there's a coffee area in the front?
Maybe I need to watch.
Oh, I didn't know that, Molson Man. I was wondering that. Sorry, I didn't know there were so many minutes of the not happening. It's almost there. It's a restaurant? Yeah, that's what I thought, like a coffee shop or a restaurant or something.
Will the defendant rise along with counsel?
Here they go.
In the circuit court for the 9th Judicial Circuit in Fort Orange County, Florida. State of Florida versus Casey Marie Anthony. As to case number 2008 CS 15606-0. As to the charge of first-degree murder, verdict as to count 1. Plead the jury, find the defendant not guilty. Date of July 2011, signed full person. As to the charge of aggravated child abuse, verdict as to count 2. Plead the jury, find the defendant not guilty. First is to count 3. Plead the jury, find the defendant not guilty.
Oh, one lady definitely just went, fuck!
As to the charge of providing false information to a law enforcement officer, count 4. Plead the jury, find the defendant guilty of providing information to a law enforcement officer. So, Samuel in Orlando, Orange County, Florida, July 2011, signed full person. As to the charge of providing false information to a law enforcement officer, verdict is count 5. Plead the jury, find the defendant guilty of providing false information to a law enforcement officer. Unbelievable. As to the charge of providing false information to a law enforcement officer, verdict is count 6. Plead the jury, find the defendant not guilty. Plead the jury, find the defendant guilty of providing false information.
So apparently, oh wait, here's another one. This one's outside the courtroom. People are crying and shit. You guys want to watch this one too? Well, real quick. So you know how Nancy Grace like heavily covered the trial. Well, they asked Nancy Grace to interview her for the Peacock special, and Nancy Grace told them, hell no. Like, I'm not talking to this woman. I ain't even giving her an ounce of my damn time. And people were really excited thinking that Nancy was going to do it because Nancy hates her so much that they thought it was going to be like a really heated, interview, but Nancy wanted nothing to do with it, which I'm shocked because I would think Nancy would have taken that. So I was kind of shocked that she was like, hell no, I don't want nothing to do with this. That's pretty bad when Nancy Grace don't want nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty bad because I feel like Nancy would have like totally took that on. Here, I'll play this one real quick too. This is outside the courtroom. I think it's just like some person, Tot Mom. Yeah, she called her Tot Mom. I know. I can't believe it. I don't like Nancy Grace, but I do respect her for that because when Jennifer Ford came forward and did an interview. Oh, really? I'm gonna fast forward it until they get like right there.
The jury's walking. The jury's coming in.
Are you kidding me? No!
That's impossible.
Oh.
Shut up, my God! What? Not guilty. Not guilty of child abuse. No way. That's no. Oh my God! She didn't get guilty for manslaughter either. She's the what? No way. Oh my God! I think you're doing I knew it. Guilty for false. Oh, false information. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. What? What did he say? Not guilty.
I'm sure they work too hard.
Who in the heck is in that jury room? Are you nuts? Here's the information.
I can't even believe it. Somebody's got to be blamed.
I'm not gonna keep going, but obviously people are pissed. Can you believe? Like, I couldn't believe that. Let me see if I can find the interview where Nancy talks about it, because I just watched it. She was like, no way. I told them, no friggin' way. She was pissed. All right, hold on. I don't know if. I think it's this. After the ad. Oh, here we go.
Casey Anthony is back in the spotlight nearly 14 years after her toddler daughter Kaylee was found dead. The Florida mother was acquitted of murder charges back in July of 2011. A new docuseries claims to take a closer look at her side of the story, and it will be released at the end of this month. Our next guest was actually
I can't even
invited to
believe
be part
she
of
has
this
the nerve
interview
to do
and
this.
declined. Fox Nation host Nancy Grace joins us now. Good morning, Nancy. Why did you decide not to take part in the docuseries?
Look at Nancy's face.
The first one thing I want to say is
Hey, Cheryl.
duct tape wrapped 3 times around a 2-year-old girl's head. That duct tape was found hanging off of Kaylee's skull. That's one of the reasons I don't want to be part of such an interview. Like I'm somehow condoning it. Condoning an airbrushed, digitized version of her truth. She says she's going to tell her truth. Her truth is very different from the truth. And I'm not convinced that somehow my questions would not be somehow manipulated. There is a reason Tot Mom Casey Anthony did not take the stand to tell her truth, because she could not weather or undergo or survive an intense cross-examination.
Oh yeah, they found her bones with duct tape around
In
them.
these conditions where you've got a producer fluffing you up and throwing you questions that you know are coming, they're softball questions, that's no cross-examination. Also, whatever we get is going to be nothing but a pack of lies, and I don't want to be part of that. The time she should have spoken, many would argue, is in court. I think she should have spoken when her daughter went missing. Never a public plea. She was not out looking for her. She told one lie after the next. Proven lies. Why? Because she killed her 2-year-old daughter. And one more thing, I've handled a lot of homicides and I've seen a lot of dead bodies, but there is nothing so repugnant, so repulsive as murdering a child. I don't want to be part of that.
I will
Nancy,
say I agree
what
with her
happened to
now, and I
Where is
respect
she
her for
now?
this.
Did
I'm
she
not a
ever
huge
come
fan of
promote her
Nancy, but
again?
I'll give her this.
Well, she says she's open to having more children, but the only time she pops up on headlines is when she's in a bar fight with another woman over a man and drinks are slung, or at a bar in hot pants doing shots with guys.
Yes, Johnny, that's
I'm not
Nancy.
judging.
She's
I don't care what
pissed.
anybody does in a bar on their off time. None of my business. I care about a little dead girl thrown into a swamp
Yeah,
about
Parker.
10 houses down from the Anthony home.
And Casey
That's what
looked
I
up
care
how to
about,
make
with duct tape
chloroform
wrapped
on her
across nose
computer.
and mouth. And now she has a platform to spew another batch of lies. I don't condone that. I don't agree with that. It's wrong.
It's hard to imagine what that little girl went through as she took her final breath. Thank you so much.
It would have been a
for coming
great
on.
interview, though, if Nancy interviewed her, because you know Nancy would have been
When does it start?
would have been mean as shit.
Are you asking me to give an ad?
Yeah,
But since
I
you
know.
asked, I will tell you November 29.
Okay. Thanks, Nancy.
So if you don't remember, they found her bones, I believe, in like a wooded area behind the house, or was it? Hold on, where? It's been a long time. It was close to the house, I'm pretty sure. Like, so it all kind of like started. She was missing for like 31 days, and Casey kept telling people like, "Oh, she's with Zanny the nanny and this and that," and then her mom called the police saying that, yeah, close to the house. Yeah, let me see if I can find the juror interview. Her mom called the police and said her daughter's trunk smells like a dead body. And that's kind of like what set things in motion. And then the mom kind of tried to like backtrack it. Well, good, Molson Man. You can remember all the details that I forget because it's so long. So she told them she worked for Universal Studios, right? The police. And she took the police all the way to Universal Studios. By the way, she didn't work for them, but she took them to Universal Studios. She walked them in the office where, like, hey, Lex, where, like, the office of Universal Studios was. I think she maybe at one point did work for Universal Studios, but not anymore. But she took them in the office, like, because they were like, yeah, we want to speak to your boss or whatever. And then she waited till they got, like, in there and right there, and then told them, I don't work here anymore. Yeah, a few houses down in a wooded area where she buried her family pets. Okay. Jennifer Ford was the... Okay, hold on. Yeah, she literally told them, I think the nanny's name, she said like Zenaida Gonzalez, something Gonzalez. It was Universal Studios, I think. Yeah, then she tried to blame her own dad and said that her dad was essaying her and that she wanted to like save her from her dad, and now she's totally throwing her dad under. Sounds like she's totally throwing her dad under the bus. Yeah, Zenaida Gonzalez something. There was like a hyphenated and something else. Zanny the nanny. Yeah, she's with Zanny the nanny. Jennifer Ford. Oh, and she was out partying and everything, man. It was bad. She was always seen around, like, partying out the bars and stuff. Oh, come on. I hate that when you go on, like, those news stations and they want you to, like, sign up. I finally found one that had the, like, about the juror. Okay, I think I found it. I don't know if it's just a clip or if it's like the whole thing, but there's like a 20-second thing. Oh, what was it? Hernandez Gonzalez, maybe Zanita Gonzalez Hernandez, or it was something with an H, a hyphenated H. Yeah, her poor dad. He hasn't talked to her since then, huh? Oh, come on. Like, doesn't want to be my friend right now. You mean there's an error? I sat through that whole thing, and you're gonna tell me there's an error? Come on. You're gonna fight.
Here's the thing about the good times in life.
This is driving me crazy. We could try this one. Well, damn, I like their disclaimer. The middle finger, like Casey Anthony videos. Well, here's the link for this YouTube if you want to watch. It's called Casey Anthony videos. Let's check it out. I don't know if it'll skip. Let me see.
Nancy Grace yesterday called the jury kooky. How do you respond to that kind of criticism?
I have no comment on Nancy Grace. It's not fit for television.
So you do have thoughts, you're just not going to say them?
They're negative, and there's no point in it. I think a lot of things she says just fuel the fire, and they're based on nothing. And I obviously
I think the guy who made this video is adding all this stuff in. Good night, Allie.
Speculation and opinions.
Okay, well, Jennifer Ford, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you for your time.
Oh shit, that was only like 2 seconds. Hold on, let me try the other one. See if it worked yet. This one doesn't. They must have took that one down because it like doesn't work. God darn it, this guy. I'm just gonna have to watch clips, I guess.
Strong enough to say exactly. I don't think anyone in America could tell us exactly how she died. If you put even just the 12 jurors in one room with a piece of paper, write down how Kaylee died, nobody knows. We'd all be guessing. We have no idea.
So it's cause of death that was a problem?
How can you punish someone for something if you don't know what they did?
The prosecution wasn't able to give you a solid enough picture of how
Do you see
Kaylee
that
died.
picture? I have no idea what it like. They didn't even paint a picture for me to consider.
You think that this might have been an accident, that she might have drowned in the pool? You believe the defense of that?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's a lot easier to get to that conclusion. I can walk from here to there and make it happen. But the chloroform, I'm all over the place. I have no idea. I'm in a maze. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know where the end is. I'm not even quite sure where I began with the chloroform. So I can't get from beginning to end, A to B, to see what even happened. I can't make it work.
When you all...
I don't know how they didn't make it work. Like, come on. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get what, like, I get to a point, I guess. You don't know who was on the computer and whatever. But still, I think it's pretty obvious when she, like, why would she make up all those lies about Zanny the nanny and this and that if she hadn't, I don't know.
Went to deliberate this case. Were you unanimous from the start? Or...
No. Oh, no.
Really?
No, I mean, a lot of people, I mean, I don't know, I don't really want to speak for everyone else, but there were a lot of conflicting ideas, and some people were like, you know, I feel like she did, but there's just not enough to substantiate it. Some people were just like, no, she didn't do it. Like, they have nothing for me to even have any idea what happened. And I did hear someone say, you know, we're from Pinellas County, we didn't have that emotion and that, whatever. That means we have no bias. We're just looking at the facts. And the facts, when you don't have that emotional connection, They don't prove anything. Like, I'm still confused. I have no idea what happened to that child.
There have been people who said you only deliberated 10 or 11 hours, and that shows you weren't serious. That you didn't really look at the evidence. It's a 31-day trial or whatever.
10 or 11 hours, that's it.
They say you must not have looked at the evidence.
That's speculation, and you know what? Speculation is not fact. We had a lot of discussions. We started to look through stuff, but none of it. How did she die? If you're going to charge someone with murder, don't you have to know how they killed someone or why they might have killed someone or have something where, when, why, how? Those are important questions that were not answered.
That gets to Casey.
Right.
31 days that she does not report the death or disappearance of her daughter, and she parties.
Right.
And people say that's evidence that she is a killer.
It looks very bad. The behavior is very bad, but bad behavior is not enough to prove a crime.
What did it tell you about?
Well, if you consider the whole family, they didn't really live in reality. They wanted everything to be happy and everyone to be fine. Even when she, in the jail video, she came up smiling. And she looked happy. She's in jail. Do you think that's how she really feels?
They were
I'm guessing
strange,
not.
I guess. Like,
Did
the family
you
is
believe
weird,
the
but still.
defense
I don't know how that works.
accusation that this was a family that had incest in it, that Casey had been molested by her father or brother?
I have nothing to substantiate that. So no, I mean, if you
That
don't
played
prove
no
it,
role in your deliberations.
no, if you don't prove it, I'm not going to just because they hear it. No, that's not a factor.
What did you make of George Anthony's testimony?
He did not.
Exactly.
He did
Point
not
of
help
order.
the state's case.
Why?
Because he was clearly dishonest.
He was
And
dishonest.
yes.
How?
Well, he was evasive, number one. His story seemed to change depending on, like they said, initially he was on the defense's side. So he would, fight with Mr. Ashton and not give straight answers. But then he switched to the prosecution side, and then now he won't give the defense straight answers. It's all, what do you mean? And can you ask a question again? And I don't, clearly you can follow a logical conversation and respond. Like, he acted like he just couldn't understand what was going on. It was clear to me that he was just being difficult. He didn't want to answer questions. And if it didn't help the prosecution's case, he was going to try and just, I don't recall.
Do you believe George Anthony had something to do with what happened to Kaylee?
I don't know if he had anything to do with it, but I think he was there. Him and Casey have something. And the jail videos again, her mom has all the questions, and George sits there and pats his wife's back, and then he's like, "Do you have anything else you want to tell me?" He's not like, "What's going on?" He's always like a step back, hands are clean, not too close.
I want to get back to Casey because she's been the focus of so much attention.
Right, it was her daughter, so.
Casey lies
Yes,
and
she
lies
does.
again, and then she goes out and she leads the high life while her daughter is dead.
Right.
Out
People say
partying
that is evidence that this person was capable.
and not reporting her missing.
Even if that's evidence that she is capable, it doesn't show that she did do it.
I don't know what trial
I
she
think
was
she's
at.
completely innocent. I mean, I have no idea. I don't have the evidence to say one way or another. I'm not going to accuse her of killing. I have no idea, but we'll just say something happened. At some point, she probably needed medical care, or at least there could be some attempt to save the child's life. That was never made. That bothered me.
If it was an accident in the pool or wherever,
Why
how
was
did
there
the child
duct
end
tape
up
wrapped around
in a
her
swamp
head?
months later, rotting away.
You deny it, you get rid of it. You don't look at it, you don't think about it. It doesn't exist. It's gone.
You
push it out of your
cover up
mind.
a murder. That's what the prosecution said. It was.
You're
to
covering
cover
up something. It's not proven.
Let me just say, if it was an accident in the pool, you call 911 and say there's an accident in the pool, and nobody goes to freaking jail. There's no point in covering up an accident in the pool. Why did she have duct tape wrapped around her skull if it was an accident in the pool? Don't make no damn sense. This lady, what evidence were they looking at?
It's a murder. You're covering up something. It's either an accident or, nobody knows what it is.
I'm going to press you on this.
Go for
Duct tape on a baby in a bag rotting in the woods. Most people look at that, they put two and two together, they say that's a murder.
Well, in our country, unfortunately, we have to prove it. You can't just be like, yeah, that really looks bad. Smells bad, looks bad. I get that. It does. Smells bad, looks bad. I get that. but it's someone else's life. And if I'm wrong and I kill someone else, I can't live with that.
When you're in court as a juror, you have certain responsibilities.
Correct.
You're here now. Do you think Casey Anthony?
I can't with her either.
Again, it's a possibility. I don't know one way or another.
I think so too,
Like
Lex.
I said, I feel like she had something to do with it. I don't know what, and I don't think it's fair to speculate. That's how I feel.
If you feel that she might have killed her daughter, a lot of people might say, how are you going to sleep at night?
I'm going to sleep just fine because in this country, that's our Constitution. I applied the law. I did the best I could. I tried to make it work. I was reaching. I was trying to, like I said, if they're all three there and no medical attention is given, then that's culpable negligence, failure to provide safety and medical care and things like that. I was trying to go for that, but there's just not enough. It's just stretching and reaching, and there's just not quite enough to get there.
How emotional was it?
Jose Baez.
I mean, there were quite a few people when we got back after the verdict was read. We were in tears.
Why were you crying after you handed down a not guilty verdict on murder?
Good question.
Not guilty doesn't mean innocent.
How do you feel about that? That you may have
Does
had
she just
a woman?
Does she just say not guilty doesn't mean innocent? Oh my god, I can't.
Murdered her own daughter. Walk off that charge.
It doesn't feel good. It was a horrible decision to have to make, but I had to do it based on the law.
One thing you hear among the people who followed this trial is that they wanted justice for Kaylee. Was there any justice for Kaylee here?
It's the way our system works. You can't. I don't, if there was a way to give Kaylee justice, if that's what happened, you have to prove what happened, and then I'll give Kaylee justice. I can't just do it because I can't. I mean, it's not how it works.
When you left the courthouse after your verdict and you found out the international reaction, anger, fury.
She's probably scared. I would be
people calling
too.
you names.
Yep.
What was your reaction?
My reaction is, why be mad at me? The prosecution had to prove it. Why is it my fault that they didn't prove their case? Like, if you give me the evidence, I'm happy to, return a verdict accordingly. But if it's just not there, I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to be emotional and just charge somebody. I can't do that in good conscience.
How much did the fact that this was a death penalty case weigh on you in the course of the trial and in your deliberations?
Well, it weighs heavily. It's the ultimate. It's the ultimate. Like, it's as big as you can get. It's someone else's life in your hands. So if they want to charge and they want me to take someone's life, they have to prove it. You have to prove it, or else I'm a murderer too, and I'm not any better.
I didn't even realize me. I was gonna say, lip reading you right now. Sorry. I was trying to find that jailhouse call where Casey and her dad, her dad's trying to talk to her, and you can tell, at this point, he can't stand her, and she's like, "Just let me talk," and freaks out. Let me see if I found it. Hold on. And then he hands the phone to Cindy because It might be this one. Hold on, let me see. Yeah. So Molson Man, I was saying, in case you missed it, maybe on the 29th, we can, you still can't hear me? You can hear me now? Okay. On the 29th, we can watch it together in my Discord. Here, I'll share my Discord link again if anyone wants to. I have Peacock. So, here. I have Peacock. So we can, Quid Pro Ho. I love that name, whoever's name that is in Discord. Thanks, Circle Box. I just got my memberships and I just got monetized. So I'm excited. Oh, and if anyone missed the beginning, probably next week, if anyone likes ghost shows or ghost hunting stuff, I'm going to be interviewing probably next week. I'm just going to go with next week. He's sick, but he said once he's feeling better, we can do it. Dave Schrader, he is like the main character in Holzer Files and Ghosts of Devil's Perch, and he's been featured on Ghost Hunters. He was actually like a location scout for Ghost Hunters and is in a couple of the episodes. And he has a YouTube channel called Paranormal 60. So, in a nutshell, I messaged him in October to see if he would come on and do like a ghost show with me, but naturally he's super busy in October because they do a lot of that like ghost stuff on the Travel Channel, and he's part of that. Oh yeah, I'll go into the case out of Idaho next for sure. Anyway, we could talk about that right after I say this. So he has a YouTube channel called The Paranormal 60 where he talks about all kinds of paranormal stuff, aliens, ghosts, mummies, things like that. But he's going to come on and we're going to talk about like true crime and paranormal stuff together. Like he's been to Jeff Dahmer's jail cell and like weird things have happened to him and stuff like that. So he's yelling from playing gaming. Sorry. All right. So we'll talk about the Idaho case real quick because, if you guys love ghost stuff, then you definitely want to check it out. Look, keep your eyes out next week. You know, I will talk about it ahead of time to make sure, like, keep advertising it. But if you guys don't know who he is, check out Holzer Files. It's on Hulu. It's on the Travel Channel, or the Ghosts of Devil's Perch. Peacock series is going to thrust Casey's case back into the spotlight. Yeah, I know. It's going to be crazy. And it scares me that she's going to throw her dad back under the bus and that people are going to feel sorry for her. And I hope nobody feels sorry for her. I really hope, but I get worried. You like your eyes in your head. So, all right. Let's talk about this Idaho case real quick because this Parker got me down a darn rabbit hole now. I see. Is Jeanette in here? Did I miss her? My blood pressure will rise to the top again, right? Yeah, Parker got me down this rabbit hole now. See, I was slightly following it, but I was kind of getting confused with the Virginia one. And then she was talking about it today, and now she got me all down at hey, Jeanette. There you are. I didn't see you above. Got me down a rabbit hole. So hold on. Let's pull up an article about it real quick. So if you guys don't know, I can familiarize with you. So in Moscow, Idaho, these 4 students were brutally murdered. Okay, here I'll share this page so you guys can see the whole thing. But they were stabbed with an edge knife. Oh, she was definitely paid. You know, she was paid like $200,000 to release photos of her and Kaylee, and she gave the media photos of her and Kaylee so she could she gave the media, they paid her $200,000 for photos. How sick is that? All right, so these are the victims. This is Kaylee Gun. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Goncalves. Oh, they have Instagrams too. I can look that up. And Maddie Mogan. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up their Instagrams too. And then there was a guy, hold on, and his girlfriend as well. Hold on, I'm just looking up their Instas too while I'm at it. So this is Kaylee's Insta. She's this one right here. How cute are they? And she was killed as well. That's the other one. Madison Mogan. There they are right there, these two together, the two girls. How pretty are they? It says, swipe to watch me and Maddie Mogan grow up together. Oh, so they were like best friends. How cute are they? Oh. Look at them as kids. They were friends since they were kids. That's sad. So they were friends since they were like kids. And then trying to see if the other girl, is that her? Anyway, I'll go back to the article. And then Ethan Chapin and Xana Kernodle appeared to be in a relationship based on their social media presence. So these two as well. It makes me wonder if they were just like collateral damage because they were there. Like, I wonder if they all grew up together or if those two were. Xana Kernodle. Hold on. I like having a visual of everything, so I like to see. Yeah, I was wondering that too, Risk. I said the same thing. Like, how in the world did one person wrangle all these people up? Unless he had, like, a gun. And, yeah, there was two other people in the house unharmed, and they didn't witness it or I guess hear it? I don't know. Like, it's really strange. So this is the couple that that's them. How sad. Trying to see if. Oh, so I guess they were close too, because there's Maddie here. Wonder if they graduated together or not. Okay. I was just trying to see if there's more, like, if they go back. Hard sleepers, maybe. I mean, maybe they were out drinking or something and they didn't hear anything, you know? Like, I could sleep through a lot if I drank a lot, you know? And yeah, Michael Vaughn, too. So heartbreaking what's going on with that case. Hold on one second, guys. Like, Michael, his mother, I feel so terrible for him right now. All right, so here's 2 university here in Twitch videos hours before the. All right, so here's the food truck videos. All right, they're getting food at a food truck, and there's a guy who appears to be either hanging around them or with them. And based on Maddie's profile, it kind of looks like her boyfriend to me. But I wonder, are the 2 roommates that are there considered suspects? I don't know. We can go back and watch the press conference or like some of it because I know they do give a lot of information. Oh, and there's this. Look at this picture, guys. Trigger warning. Let me just trigger warning real quick before you guys see this. But we work in construction, and I asked my husband about this because it's crazy. Like, how could this happen? And he said it would seep through. So this is the house, and this is blood dripping on coming from the outside of the house. Isn't that crazy? So that means that there was so much blood that it seeped from the floor. All right, so like this is the foundation. This is where the concrete foundation was. That is the basement. And then they put the house on top of it. So basically, the first floor, it would have dripped down through the floor into the foundation and leaked out under the siding. So it had to be. All right, Princess Megan Elsa. Excavating yard. Yeah, 4 minutes away. It's really close to his house, Michael Vaughn's house. So yeah, look at that. Isn't that wild? Look at that picture. Here's another one. Or wait, this one. See it? Dripping from the house. Yeah, a lot of blood. So it sounds like it was vicious. Just saying. All right, so this is the cops. This is sad. Okay. I feel like I should. Oh, there's audio here.
Welcome back. I think I would like the carbonara.
Okay.
But if I have like a free grub tub on my like app.
Oh, yep. So what you want to do is we'll actually do this. There you go.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
How many more do you need?
It's so low, I can't hear what they're saying.
Maybe I didn't have a free one.
It's right here.
And then what was the next?
Don't forget to remove the
The carbonara.
The carbonara Mac of the week.
Here, I'll grab it for you.
Excellent. And then click see rewards.
Enjoy.
And it looks like you do not quite have enough points yet.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
$10 for it.
Perfect.
I do have a big burrito pork here for you.
Cool. Thank you.
$4.78. Thank you very much. Where'd the pen go, guys? Where's my pen? How are you guys doing?
So pay attention. There's a guy who he was standing behind them in the beginning, like over here. Him, right here. He was standing behind them while they were ordering. Then he walks over and he's standing with them and looks like he's talking to them, but it's her boyfriend, the one in the red shirt, and she seems to be like
they're not like small little street tacos.
away
I
from him.
normally eat 2.
I think.
3 is a lot.
Okay, well, I can't. All right, let me rephrase that. I can't say for sure it's her boyfriend, but from his face and the looks of it, it looks like her boyfriend. This is the Idaho murders, Glitter, the college ones where the 4 people were killed with a knife. It looks like Maddie's boyfriend. He does. Like, he resembles him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be almost 2 pounds of food. Okay, you got it. 2 pork tacos? Done. 1 5 cheese, 1 basil pesto, 2 pork tacos, $24.50 for you. Thank you.
$2.
But he's like hanging around them, and then
79. Thank you.
I'm gonna do this.
but if it is his girlfriend, she looks like she's who is
People
that?
have fallen. People have fallen over reviews for you. Sorry, I'm talking to Twitch stream. Okay, so
Whoa. Do you guys see that? If that is her boyfriend, that fella just got really awfully close to her and like walked up to her face with his hands. Did you see that?
So good.
Him.
Thank you. How are you doing? Pretty good. I'm doing extremely well. What sounds good? Can I get a big burrito? Yeah. For the big burrito, would you like pork or chicken? Got it.
But that guy who was he was hanging here, and then he moved over behind them. Like, that's what people are saying. Who is this guy? And supposedly the police are also looking to talk to the police are also looking to talk to the guys that he was talking to. But let me show you Madison's boyfriend. Hold on. I think he looks like Madison's boyfriend. I can't say for sure that he is, but that's Madison and her boyfriend. Hold on. She was definitely in the red top, you can tell. Didn't the guy in the hoodie kind of look like him? Like, I think he kind of looks like him. So it makes me wonder if that was him and they were like, breaking up or not getting along or something. And because they said it was like a crime of passion. And based on the amount of blood that there was, definitely seems like a crime of passion. Like, maybe she had... You don't think the guy in the video is as tall as this guy? Yeah, let me see if I can... So, all right, compared to her, it's got what, like 5 inches compared to her?
It's fun to watch other people danceable. They're not like small little street tacos. I normally eat 2, 3 is a lot.
So that's her. I mean, he probably got fought like around that on her though.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
There's other people saying, I don't know. He looks shorter when he's far away, but when she's closer.
1 5 cheese.
That's him right here.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
We're back here. He's like standing all the way back here. That's Madison.
Right here.
And that's
And then what was the
Kaylee, I think her name is.
Hey,
Hey, LFT.
Excellent. And then click see rewards.
Enjoy.
And it looks like you
That's okay.
Oh, that's okay. That's good.
$10.
I wish I could hear the audio better. So she walks over here. She walks over here. And then he walks with them. See? He looks pretty tall as he walks up, though. And then compared to her, he looks like he got a couple inches on her right there.
Definitely.
And she might have she has like platform shoes on, it looks like, too. Keep that in mind.
It's one, but they're like
They look like big funky platform
shoes.
shoes.
Street tacos. I normally eat 2, 3 is a lot for me. So one would be fine.
I think he looks the right size.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
All right, hold on. Let me show you like a better side by side of his face. I think he looks pretty much the same size as in there, and I think he has similar face structure. A Plunder has it. Well, will Plunder strike me?
It fucking is. My truck blew up in the middle of a highway with like $1 million. Okay?
All right. So look, you can see his face a little bit here. He has. Oh my gosh, he's so. Oh yeah. I don't know if they're freaked out because the guy was just. He almost looks like he's with them, but you can see he looks fairly young. He's got a little goatee going on. His hair looks light. He looks like. Hold on. See, look, there you go. There's again. His face looks a little thinner here, though. I don't know. His legs look skinny. And then you can see a little. He talks to this guy, like, and if it was her boyfriend, he goes to that college. So I don't know. She doesn't strike. All right, I can try Plunders in. Hold on. How long was this one? Hold on, I just want to see. Oh, that one's only 2 minutes, so there's literally 10 minutes. Why can't I get rid of this one?
Okay, you got it. 2 pork tacos? Done.
Let's watch this video. It could be.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let me give you Plunder. Let me share Plunder's link real quick. Here's the video Plunder posted. All right, there's her link in chat. Okay. I want to try. Let me see this one.
Oh, they're people. They're not. They weren't hot.
All right, maybe it starts here. All right, hold on.
Video. The full stream is 4.5 hours long from 10 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. So it means that Maddie comes on screen at 1:43 a.m. They're only there about 10 minutes, from 1:43 a.m. to approximately 1:53 a.m. But what happens in the interim is a little interesting. Now, according to the New York Post, cops want to talk to people who are featured in this video. I'm going to link to the full 4.5 hour stream. That way, if anyone knows anything, they can talk to police. Now, of course, this doesn't.
Also, man, before I forget real quick, do you think that police officer that supposedly linked that news about Debbie Collier did that shit on purpose so that their suspect could relax a little bit? Like, do you think they purposely leaked that they might be looking at it as a suicide? Gives me that kind of feel. All right, sorry, let me continue.
Doesn't mean anyone in the video is responsible for the heinous crimes. According to Latah County Prosecutor Bill Thompson, they're in the process of identifying the other people who were there and what sort of contact did they have. So let's look at this video. What's strange to me, and I've watched it many times, I'm going to let it play with the audio so you can hear what's happening when the girls come on the scene, when they order their food, when they hang out, when they leave. Now, you can't hear a lot of what's going on. You can hear the guy, the manager in the food truck taking a lot of orders, but you can hear certain things. What is odd is that the girls come on screen, top right-hand side, and you see there's like a guy with them, but he stands back. He's the one in the brown jacket and the cap and the hoodie. The girls order their food, and he kind of waits. The girls walk over to the other side, nearby where you pick up your food, and the guy in the white hoodie just kind of stands there, and he's waiting. The girls aren't really interacting with him, so people can't figure out, is this the Uber driver? Their family said the girls took an Uber. They, used the
Uber
buddy
driver.
system. They stayed together. I'm not sure if they went to a bar or something beforehand. They Ubered somewhere. I'm not sure
He
if they
just put
Ubered
his
to
hat
this.
on. I want to see his hair again. It looked a little long though. Did you see that?
The family said the girls took an Uber.
takes it
They,
out. Yeah, look.
used the buddy system. They stayed together.
that
I'm not
looks like
sure if they
Maddie's
went to a
boyfriend.
bar or something beforehand. They Ubered somewhere. I'm not sure if they Ubered to this food truck and then they Ubered home and they locked up their home where they were staying. If these girls walk off screen at about 1:53 a.m., it was only about 1 or 2 hours later that they lost their lives in this brutal attack. We're still trying to get more information about it, but this food truck video could be so important to figuring out what could have happened to them. So they order their food, they walk across, and they wait at the window to get their food. The guy in the brown jacket with the white hoodie, he kind of stands back. He strikes up another conversation with a guy who seems pretty nice, and he has on a zip-up hoodie too, and they're talking and laughing, and there's this one guy who has a tank top.
So that guy looks like he's still back here on his phone. But why would the Uber driver get out and stand with them though? I don't know.
Wife beater on, a black wife beater, and the guy in the white hoodie, at one point he's going to go, oh, like I worship you, because everyone's joking about, oh, it's so cold out here, but this guy is still wearing just a tank top. In other portions, I have seen a few people wear, like one girl just had on a sleeveless dress with not much else on. Everyone else is bundled up, so it shows you it was pretty cold that night. Pay attention to the whole scene and see if you can pick up what I picked up. Maddie and Kaylee arrive on the scene with this guy. He stands back, they order, they go over to pick up their food, go over to wait for their food. He walks over, stands over here kind of near them, not really interacting with them, even though
He does look like he interacts with them maybe a tiny bit, but it looks like they're kind of like ignoring him. But then he talks to this guy right here.
they seem like they might be together. He interacts more with the other guy who kind of keeps him company. They laugh and talk. After Kaylee and Maddie's food is ready, they grab their food and they walk off screen this way. The white hoodie guy is here. The guy he's talking to is here. The guy he's talking to points like as if to say, the girls are leaving you. And the white hoodie guy is like, oh, instead of following the girls, it looks like he goes like, what the heck happened? What are you doing? And then he walks off in a different direction. This may have nothing to do with nothing, but you know, in crime cases like this, we have to examine every single angle. So watch it in its entirety. Listen, I'll only bleep out bad words or music or something that YouTube.
How did he run off in a different direction, though? That's still the same direction they went. Like, maybe they went to, like, across the street and he went straight? Does anyone know where this food truck was at exactly? Because I'd like to, like, look it up on a map, like what street. Or know what the food truck's called. Oh, Grub Truckers. All right, hold on. I wonder if they give their location where they park. Sorry. Give me a second. Is any? Oh, that's not across from that place, though. Is that garden place? No. Don't look like it. I'd love to know where that is. All right, let me keep going.
YouTube won't like. Other than that, let me know what you see in the comment section, because cops want to talk with some people. Maybe someone saw something that could help them solve this horrible tragedy where 21-year-old Maddie Mogen, 21-year-old Kaylee Goncalves, along with 20-year-old Ethan Chapin and 20-year-old his girlfriend Zaina Kernodle lost their lives. And we're still trying to gather more info because whoever was
The carbonara.
Okay.
But if I have like a free grub tug on my app.
Oh, yep. So what you want to do is we'll actually do this.
So people said the audio is interesting, even though they don't really like. I don't know if you could hear. I don't know what you can hear, but somebody was saying the audio is interesting. So I'm going to try and piece together what I can hear.
Cool. Thank you.
Absolutely.
How many more do you need? That's the second one? Awesome.
Dawn's mom. Oh, wait. Yeah, one.
Maybe I
Here.
didn't have a free one.
It's right here.
And then what was the next?
Don't forget to remove the
The
spoon.
carbonara.
By the way, I didn't realize this before, but Madison looks really drunk. I could be wrong, but she's just wobbling and wobbling and wobbling over here. Like she can't even stand up straight. Hey, Lynn. Watch her.
Have a free one.
It's right here.
And then what was the next?
Don't forget to remove the
The
spoon.
The
carbonara.
carbonara Mac of the week.
Here, I'll grab it for you.
Excellent. And then click see rewards.
Enjoy.
And it looks like you do not quite have enough points yet.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
then you
$10
said-
for you.
Perfect.
I do have a big burrito pork here for you.
Cool. Thank you.
478. Thank you very much. Where'd the pen go, guys? Where's my pen? How are you guys doing?
How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Seem to have lost my pen, but that's fine. What can I get for you?
Can I get
Just two
fried
Dr.
cheese, mac and cheese, please?
Definitely.
I get
Thank you.
pork tacos.
I can't hear anything strange though. They were at a bar, yeah. She looks very like, wobbly, like all over the place.
Oh yeah. How many pork tacos would you like?
Well, you know what? Just come with one.
It's one, but they're like 6 to 7 ounce tacos. They're not like small little street tacos. I normally eat 2, 3 is a lot for me.
So one would be fine if I was getting pasta.
Here's another thing too. I can't see like an Uber driver. Like I could see an Uber driver kill, like, I can see an Uber driver being a creep and like killing them, but they said it sounds like a crime of passion. Like, I feel like, there has to be some jealousy going on or some like deep anger, you know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling like this is more than just like an Uber driver who followed them home or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but like how bad it looked, it feels like there was something more to it. All right, let me keep going.
Yeah, that's gonna be almost 2 pounds of food.
I better get 2.
Okay, you got it.
I got
2 pork tacos? Done. 1 5 cheese, 1 basil pesto, 2 pork tacos, $24.50 for you.
Sweet, thank you.
2 Don Toms.
$79.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna do this. Hold on. If we decide,
Yeah.
since we listed.
Oh, people have fallen. People have fallen over burritos for you. Sorry, I'm talking to Twitch stream. Oh, you're so good. Absolutely. Thank you. How are you doing?
Pretty good about yourself.
I'm doing extremely well. What sounds good?
Can I get a big burrito?
Yeah. For the big burrito, would you like pork or chicken? Chicken. Got it. And then you said a Mountain Dew?
Yes, please.
Excellent. Big burrito chicken and a Mountain Dew. We're going to do $11. Here's your Mountain.
All right, I'll walk off for a second. So wait, did they leave by now? Oh yeah, so that guy's still there though. Hold on. That guy's right there.
Over 80. Thank you very much.
Oh, they're there. Okay.
Hello. I need 2 chicken burritos with extra slaw.
2 chicken burritos with extra $19 for you.
I know I have a $6 waiting for me. I would like to use it.
Okay, awesome. Thank
So,
What's the reward?
there you go.
Fuck, I just hit your jacket. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
$13. Hell yeah.
Okay, so circle box. A couple three girls and a guy, 2 best friends, another girl and her boyfriend were. Yeah, sometimes they do like pickled slaw. I don't know about a burrito though, but sometimes they do like pickled slaw on tacos. But yeah, 4 college students, 3 female, 1 male, one of the girls' boyfriends. It was like 3 girls and then a girl and her boyfriend. Oh, 2 best friends and then a girl and her boyfriend were all stabbed to death, like brutally, like so bad blood was seeping from the outside of the house. And what they would say is like a crime of passion. And they don't know who it is. And it was done with like an edged knife. And this is them getting food not long before their deaths at a food truck.
Worth it.
Oh, always. Order 81.
Thank you.
Thank you. Extra slaw? Is that a charge? No, it's not a charge. It's just a modifier. Hello.
They have Apple Pay.
How's
You
your
guys
night
have
going?
Apple Pay, right?
Of course we do.
Of course you have Apple Pay. Yes. Hi, camera. Okay.
Chicken taco. You got it.
I'll do the 5 cheese mac and cheese.
Okay.
I know your other reason.
No, please. No, I'm getting yours no matter what. Like, wait, please. He's waiting. We'll do 2 5 cheese mac and cheese.
Like, I'm adding 2 or you're making it, it's now 2?
Oh,
Sorry.
2.
You're adding 2. Excellent. Gotcha. Okay.
So they're still there waiting for the food. This guy has struck up conversations with this guy. I'd love to know what they talked about or if he knew if he was with them or not. Yeah, he could have had it. There could have been a gun involved and then he stabbed them instead to just do it quietly or something. I don't know.
Anything else?
3? Come on, you're the last one. Okay.
You got it. So I have a chicken taco and 3 5 cheese mac and cheeses.
Yes.
Okay. $27.75.
Hey. Hey.
How many apples in the Mac of the week? 0, TJ. 0. Order 82. Thank you.
Can I get?
We already got a 5 cheese mac and cheese.
Wait, you got one chicken? No. Oh my God. Can I get a Macafire?
You got it, man. One Macafire, $9 for you.
Perfect, thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's going.
Tough.
Of course.
Awesome.
It's like a huge crowd in that. Yeah, nothing was stolen. There was no forced entry, and there was also 2 of the roommates in the house at the time who I guess didn't hear anything or witness anything, supposedly. And when they called it in, they said somebody they called it in as someone being unconscious, but maybe they knew something was wrong and they were afraid to go in there, and that's why they called it in like that, you know?
Dessert burrito porch ready.
Order 83.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and then it's all on you. I was letting go.
Time to start the old car. It's been a while since this engine started. Let's see.
Where is that coming from? Did you hear that? I don't know. It said like time to start the old car. Do I have something running in the background? Or was it this video? Hold on, let me just close off all this stuff just in case, because I don't know if that was her video or what. But that creeped me out. All right. Oh, text to speech on the live. It was like time to start the old car. So like maybe what happened was they were walking into the other room and they see someone knocked out and blood being everywhere, and they called 911 and were like, hey, there's someone knocked unconscious, because they were afraid to like walk in the room, you know?
If it starts. V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V V. Oh great, the battery is dead.
That's her video. I don't know what the hell is. I don't know what it is, but it's her video. I have no clue what it is. It's just like beep, 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 beep. But it only plays when I play her video. I don't know what it is. Sorry, y'all, but it's part of her video. I don't know.
Better luck next time.
Donuts.
For what?
First time I used, well, NFC. I don't have an Apple device, so it wasn't Apple Pay. I was desperate.
For donuts?
For donuts, yes.
Never used like a phone NFC pay. I guess unless you count the tap on the card.
Wait, say that again?
Never used my phone until at like a store.
Oh, really?
Always had my cards.
Okay. It's because you're too prepared, Derek.
It's because I try not to forget my wallet. It's a good reason.
That's smart, Derek. It's probably good to not lose your wallet. Guys, yeah, great ticket times, honestly. Like, Luke, Tebow,
Hey, Ryan.
really solid. Love it. Very
So,
pleased.
Joe,
All
how
right,
close are we
back
to
in.
you sitting down on Friday nights?
I mean, that was a solid rush. It's a good thing that it ended, but this is Friday and Saturday in a row that got you down round one. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot, guys.
Guess he's gonna need extra slow in a second.
Good night, Jim.
This bad boy.
Tebow's thinking to himself, if I start slowing down on Meg, maybe I'll get to sit down. He's going to try to sabotage me.
I actually was wondering if I was going too slow and you were going to switch it back, and I was really scared of that. That's what I was scared of. Nope.
Yes, let that fear.
You guys, like, the highest tick time I saw was 13 minutes, which is, I'm very satisfied. You guys have worked on the truck, and Derek and I have been the ones on Grill and Mac, and we've had longer ticket times than that. Like, you're doing well.
Really? I got news for you.
So they're still there waiting for food.
All right, what I missed? Reduce, reuse, laws. Yeah.
Oh, that gets on my nerves. And then, like, they want their numbers to be called.
Are you knowing US and US super popular? Tomahawks, what's the side for? Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing extremely well. What's on you?
Yes, the Death by Garlic and extra into it.
Yeah, definitely. Death by garlic. We'll add chicken to it. Anything else for you?
And then can I do the 5 cheese?
And 5 cheese?
Yes. And can I add chicken to that?
Of course.
They didn't get robbed. There was nothing taken, and there was no forced entry on the house. Yeah, it might not be anyone in this video. This is just the only thing about this video is a little strange that guy in the white hoodie and the brown jacket seemed to walk up with them and leave when they did. This dude right here. Like, he's with them the whole time and standing back watching them the whole time.
We're doing Death by garlic with chicken, 5 cheese with chicken. Anything else? Love it. $23. Do you guys have any NFC, Go Ben? Any whatever sort of payment you have on your phone, we can take. Order 84. Thank you. We do not have the scan one though. So like if you're trying to pay with Cash App, you have to like scan a thing. We don't have any sort of QR crap. How are you doing?
Sorry, good.
Oh, no. Good, excellent. Sorry. What can I get you?
Can I get 2 chicken tacos?
2 chicken tacos. You got it.
What big burrito? Chicken.
$7.50. If that's everything for you.
Or slide?
Yeah. Slide, tap, insert, facing you with the chip. Any other. Order 85. Thank you.
Can I do the big burrito? But I'm never really good on some cheese sauce.
So did you notice they just got their food and walked off? And he literally notices them leaving, looks over, and then leaves. Watch.
Can I get it without the chipotle slaw?
Yes, you absolutely
And
can.
then without the onion salsa?
No salsa.
And do you guys have sour cream or no?
We do not.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay.
And that's everything.
Would you like chicken or pork?
Yeah, it is strange, and they didn't hear him in the house. Let me pull up the press conference. Do we want the long version or the short version? Anyone know how long the long version is?
To all family members, friends, the University of Idaho, and the Moscow community. This was a horrible crime that took the lives of Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, and Kaylee.
That's okay, Kayla. We're talking about now I talked about the Anthony case in the beginning, and then we kind of moved on to the Moscow, Idaho college murders. So there was 3 girls and a guy brutally murdered in a house on campus with a knife. They were stabbed. And It was so bad, like blood was dripping outside of the house from the inside of the house. And the one girl and her boyfriend, and then two best friends. And I just played a video where they were getting food, like, you know, a little bit before they were killed at a food truck. And there's a guy who's kind of like lurking behind them and like shows up when they do and leaves when they do. He didn't get food or anything. He kind of just seemed like he was with them or following them, but not with them because they left him. You know what I mean? Like, or what if it was Madison's boyfriend and they broke up or something, right? Because it does look like Madison's boyfriend, in my opinion. And they broke up and she was kind of like ignoring him, but he was still like, you know, trying to see what she was doing, you know what I mean? Type of deal. Because she looked like she was trying to stand like far, far away from him. But he goes to the college with them, so I imagine, you know, it'd kind of be hard for her to avoid him like that. So maybe it was like one of those situations where he just like shows up wherever she was. If that's the case, I'm sure there's text message between her and her friend about it or something, you know, like saying, why does he keep showing up where I am or whatever? But I believe he does go to the same college. So what if it's like that kind of situation? Yeah, they haven't said, but they hinted at one singular person. So it gives me vibes that like, I just kind of feel like maybe it's her. Maybe they broke up or something and he just, you know, couldn't deal. I don't know. But they have hinted at one single person. No gunshots. It was a stabbing.
Goncalves. This horrible crime has affected all of us, the families, the University of Idaho, our community, our country, and our officers. Agencies that are involved in this task force include Latah County Sheriff's Office, the Idaho State Police, and the Federal Bureau of Investigations. As we continue our investigation, we have learned.
Oh, and somebody could have been there before they got home, Pamela, I'm sure. I don't know if they have specified, but there's no forced entry and nothing was stolen. So I guess somebody could have already been there. I don't know.
That Ethan and Xana were at a party on campus and Madison and Kaylee were at a downtown bar. They arrived home sometime after 1:45. If anyone in our community or across our nation has any information about these times or the victims' whereabouts, please call our tip line at 208-883-7180. The facts of the case that we know right now. We know that these homicides occurred in the early morning hours of Sunday, November 13th. Around noon, Moscow officers received a call of an unconscious person. Officers discovered the bodies of Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, and Kaylee Goncalves inside the residence on King Road. The four were stabbed with a knife.
It was a 6-bedroom and there was 3 stories, I think.
But no weapon has been located at this time. There was no sign of forced entry into the residence. Investigators are continuing to collect evidence at the scene. Investigators are working to develop a timeline to relevant events. Autopsies are taking place today on all the victims so we can continue to gather evidence and solve the crime. Investigators are working to follow up on all leads and to identify a person of interest. Based on details at the scene, we believe this was an isolated, targeted attack on our victims. We do not have a suspect at this time, and that individual is still out there. We cannot say that there's no threat to the community. And as we have stated, please stay vigilant.
So he said individual. Like, I don't think they feel like it's more than one person.
Report any suspicious activity and be aware of your surroundings at all times. What we don't know, the identity and location of the suspect, the location of the knife or any clothing that was worn by the suspect. Currently, we have 25 plus investigators working this case, as well as assistance from the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Idaho State Police. We're reviewing video that has been collected, but we are asking citizens to contact us with any information you may have that will help in this investigation. Once again, we're asking anyone with a tip to call the tip line at 208-883-7180. At this time, I would like to introduce the University of Idaho President, Scott Green.
Thank you, Chief.
Now, if that was her boyfriend and they broke up, just saying, he would know that house and probably would be able to get in without people thinking it was strange.
Chief Fry. I'm Scott Green, president of the University of Idaho, and with me is Tori Lawrence. He's our provost, and Blaine Eccles, our dean of students, will be available for questions after all of the statements are made. The crime, to us, this crime and the loss of these young lives is just simply beyond comprehension. While our small community is certainly not immune to such things, it's not a situation our close-knit campus is used to dealing with. First, my deepest condolences to the families. And friends of Ethan, Kaylee, Zena, and Madison. Excuse me.
Oh, he's getting choked up.
Their loss has been devastating, and they were bright lights in our community and are deeply missed and remain in our thoughts and our prayers. We've been working with Moscow Police since we were notified on Sunday of the crime. We've helped when asked and continually pushed for information whenever possible, knowing that we cannot interfere with the important work and good investigations that are occurring.
Yeah, we can do another one tomorrow.
Justice for these victims. Our focus at the university is to support our students and our employees. We are encouraging students and employees to take care of themselves as we head into Thanksgiving break. I want to take a moment to commend our faculty and staff who have been on the front lines helping our students, whether that is providing counseling to those in need of support, accommodating those who want to travel home, or engaging those who find comfort in staying busy interacting with their peers and our instructors in class. Our employees stepped up when our students needed them. While we have relied heavily on the expertise of Moscow Police, we feel confident that remaining open with flexibility to leave allows our students to decide what is best for them. The weeks ahead will continue to challenge us as this loss and the circumstances around this crime become known. We will support each other as we grieve, and we'll move through this together as a Vandal family. Thank you.
I would like to have Colonel Kedrick Wills come to the podium, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Kedrick Wills. I serve as the director of the Idaho State Police. And as we have this discussion today, I'd like to express my appreciation for your attendance here because it's important, vitally important, that we get the information that we have out to the public. Crime knows no boundaries, and these murders have shaken us to our very core. You heard the university president as well as the chief of police talk about this small community, and it's a very close, tight-knit community. And our hearts break for the families that lost their loved ones, the University of Idaho, the Moscow community, and even within our entire state. Be assured, the Idaho State Police is firmly in support of the work that the Moscow Police Department is doing, and we are providing every resource that we can to make sure that this comes to a conclusion, and the person or people that this is responsible are brought to justice. It's so important that you understand that this takes a team effort. This is teamwork with the university, with this Moscow City Police Department, the Latah County Sheriff's Office, the Idaho State Police, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. It takes everybody to be able to do this. And it's a balancing act. It's a balancing act of getting the community the information that they need to have with making sure that we provide a case that the Latah County Prosecutor's Office can go forward with.
I haven't heard anything about the roommates. I mean, here's the thing. They're in college. They could have very well went out and had a lot to drink and passed out hard. Or what if, like, maybe the house is split up like a duplex or something? You know what I mean? I don't know. They have a time. I believe it was like, you know, like they said early morning hours, maybe like 4 a.m. ish. Yeah. I'll leave the stream up, Kayla. I'll leave the stream up.
With Governor Little, Idaho's governor, has assured me that the full weight of all the resources we have within our state are available to Chief Fry and to his team. Our crime lab is also involved with processing evidence, and our law enforcement throughout the region, state and federal agencies continue to provide resources. From the Idaho State Police's perspective, we provided detectives here from this area, as well as detectives from out of the area, state police detectives, as well as patrol resources and communication assistance as well to provide for Chief Fry and his team. Following this briefing, our communications director from the Idaho State Police, Aaron Snell, if you'd raise your hand, Aaron, he will be the contact for all press media inquiries from here on out. He'll be working closely with Chief Fry and his team. And we have additional, like I said, additional patrol and investigation resources brought to bear here as well. We want to do everything we can to make sure that this is done correctly and that the people that are responsible for this are brought to justice.
So at this time, I'm going to open it up to some questions that I'm sure you have, and we'll do the best we can to answer those for you.
Hello, Chief Ray. Hello. Thank you for having us. I'm Amanda Rowley with KREM 2 News. You mentioned that there's an indication that it's an isolated, targeted incident, and there is an individual somewhere. Can you give us a reason as to why there's that belief there is a suspect? And
okay, Jameson. Thanks for
a little
helping.
more information on the forced entry. There's no sign of forced entry, but was the door? Did it seem like any of the entries were left unlocked by any means?
I'll answer the last part there just because it's at the front end of my mind. We're not 100% sure if the door was unlocked, but there was no damage to anything, and the door was still open when we got there.
And my first question.
Yeah.
So wait, the door.
No, I think
Did he just say the door was still open when they got there? Like they did it and left the door open? By the way, I'll show real quick. These are some of the pictures of the house. Hold on, no. Hold on. Not that one. This one right here. Let's go. I'm trying to get like a better picture of the house so you guys can. These are all the victims. No. It's like a gray. Why did it change? Here we go. Just to give you guys an idea of the house.
Still out there, right?
No, I didn't want to do that. Here's the house. Come on, why is it doing this? So it's definitely like layered. It's 3 stories, I believe. It's pretty big. I mean, if you ever see these, it doesn't look big from the front, but you can tell it's pretty big. Look, goes up, down, 2, 3. And it goes back far if you saw it from the back angle. If you've ever been on college campus, man, they have some really big freaking houses. Was it Queen Road? We might be able to look how big these houses are. Look at that. Can you see it? That's how big the house is. I mean, if they were in the basement per se, and you know, the roommates were sleeping upstairs, they might not hear it. I mean, I don't know. Because it looked like to me that maybe it happened down here and the back door is open. I don't know. Or maybe in there. It's implied the roommates called it in at noon the next day. Yeah. So what if they were sleeping, like heavy drinking, sleeping, and they woke up, you know, and yeah, there's a basement. So it happened on the first floor, and I'll tell you how I know. Sorry. I shared a picture earlier and I'll share it again. There was blood leaking out of the house. See right here where the siding meets the concrete? You can see blood dripping down the concrete. So that means it happened on the first floor, and blood dripped from the first floor onto the foundation. Let me show y'all real quick. Hold on. Trigger warning. I mean, it's not too bad, but it's bad. Look at this shit. So we know what happened on the first floor then. I wonder if there's like a separate entrance to go upstairs, and maybe they came home late or something. Now I'm curious. Like, I wonder if they have another entrance where they can get in and they came home from drinking or something. Like, what if they could come in through the back and go straight upstairs and skip all this and not even see it or something, you know? I don't know. But so basically that means it happened on the first floor and that the blood soaked through the first floor down to the yeah, I agree, Devil. Anyone insane enough to go after, yeah. Or it's a crime of passion, like, you know, the boyfriend or something. Shit. I pulled up, so hold on. It's going to take me a minute. Okay, here we go. I have so many tabs open. I'm like, oh no, I can't find where I was. All right.
I think I have it. In those cases, we take the totality of the things that we see, and they're very dynamic, right?
It happened like early in the morning, I think like 3, 4 a.m. maybe.
And some of it we can't share with you, correct? But we try to take that information. We try to make the best educated
I don't know if they
decision
were
we
all in
can.
the same area.
We review that as a team with our detectives, along with our prosecutors, along with the university, and we try to make that best decision on that. So we, at that time, believe that there was.
The home does look really small from the front, but if you look at it from the side, it's pretty big.
a threat. And our goal is to provide safety for this community. That's why we're bringing in the resources we're bringing. We want a close to this, and we want to do everything we can to let the people in our community know that we care. We want them to feel safe.
Also, you got to keep in mind, Circle Box, this is a college town. College kids probably don't think about that shit. Like, to be honest, when I used to go visit the college, like my son's uncle in college, I mean, they had like bands on the front lawn partying on like a Wednesday afternoon. Like, I would be surprised if college kids were thinking about putting up like ring cams on their door, but maybe. What time? I'm not sure what time they left the food truck. I'll see if I can find a timeline. All right, so the cop said between 2 and 4 a.m. it happened.
We want them to be safe, and we're going to do everything we can to do that.
Hey, Melissa.
You asked for videos or anything from the community to help put together that timeline. We obtained a copy of Twitch video, and family members of the Gonsalves family were able to identify Maddie and Kaylee in those videos at a food truck ordering food. Is the police department, our investigators, aware of that video, and has it helped put together that timeline?
We are aware of that video, and it has helped. It gives us a time and space where we know that 2 of our victims were, and that helps us a ton, and we'll continue to follow up all leads that we can and continue to gather those.
Any indication of a party at the home that night?
And this will be the last one. Okay, I understand. Not that we know of, not at the home. We know that the other, let me get the names exactly right here. We know that Zaina and Ethan were at a different party on campus. But that timeline will still help us if other people know about that.
Thank you.
Susanna and Ethan. All right, so this is what it sounds like. Madison, or right, was her name Madison, or was it? Yeah, Madison and Kaylee, I think her name was. They're best friends. They were at a party together, or at the bar. And it sounds like Xana and Ethan were at another party. They all meet up at the house, and I just can't. I really think it might be like that girl broke up with her boyfriend. And did you ever, I'm sure everyone's had, I know I have, when you had a boyfriend when you're younger and you break up and they're in the same, general area as you go to the same school and stuff like that, and they just happen to show up wherever the hell you are and watch everything you do like a psychopath, it kind of gives me that kind of feel. Because if you notice, I think the guy at the food truck looks like Madison's boyfriend, maybe ex-boyfriend now. And he seems to just hover around them. I believe it was just one type of knife. Yes, Boston. And then he hovers around them some more, but they look like they're kind of annoyed by him, or they're ignoring him. And Madison particularly looks like she's staying farther away. And he was, that one guy walked up and got really in Madison's face type deal, put his hands by her face, which and then I think, this is just my opinion, they leave, and then he goes, oh shit, they left, and then he leaves, maybe goes a different way, but then he decides to go to his girlfriend's late at night or whatever, and they get in a big fight. She's drunk. Clearly you can see she's wobbling around, and they're probably arguing, and then her best friend and the 2 other people in the house were like, yo dude, chill, blah blah blah, and he just freaks. Yeah, he obviously wasn't invited back because they bounced without saying anything to him. But he seemed to like hover around them enough where he knew them to be around them, but they didn't want him to be there. You get what I'm saying? Well, if they tried to kick him out and say something like, hey, get the hell out of here, or, you know, like, you know, you're not allowed here or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were probably fighting, and then, you know, her best friend probably stepped in and started arguing with him, and then, you know, the girl and her boyfriend probably came up and were like, yo, dude, get the hell out, and it turned into, you know, I don't know, I can see that, but it's still shocking to me that this guy could, you know, handle all three of them, or all four of them. 4 people. They haven't said they can't find the knife, but they have showed the type of knife on Twitter that they believe that it is. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I know Parker showed it earlier, but let me see if I can find it. Here it is. They're looking for a knife like this, but it said that it was edged. Isn't edged like serrated? They said they were killed with an edged knife. Yeah, he could be a stranger, but like they said it was a crime of passion. So I don't. It could be just some, you know, weird Uber driver or something, but it just feels like there was like jealousy and real anger with this one, and that he was familiar with the house and familiar with the people enough where there was no forced entry. So, you know, her ex-boyfriend, I could see that if they did break up. Those knives come with half serrations. Okay. It said that it was edged. That was the particular word used. Yeah, I don't know if it came from the house or not, but they can't find it right now. They're searching for a Rambo-style knife.
Right there. Ow.
That doesn't really look like a Rambo-style knife, though. We would see it would be bigger, wouldn't it? I live 40 minutes from U of I. Sorry, Moscow, please, but maybe recruit some help from a state agency to assist. Find the guy and the knife ASAP before the citizens of Idaho assemble a posse. Let me see if there's anything else that... Yeah, a knife or an edged weapon was used to kill the 4 students, but they didn't find it at the crime scene. They think this was a targeted attack. They don't believe there's an ongoing threat. So here's the thing. If it was some Uber driver or something, they felt like it was an Uber driver or something along that nature, it wouldn't be particularly targeted. You know what I mean? They said they don't particularly think there's a threat to the other students. Like, obviously they should be wary because there's a guy who just killed 4 people with a knife, but they think that it was they focus on them people for a reason, you know? Yeah, like I think they believe he targeted these specific people. It was jealousy or ex-girlfriend type deal, because if it was like an Uber driver or something, they would be, if they thought it was something like that, some, you know, weird Uber driver or some guy who followed them home from the bar, then they would be more worried about some lunatic roaming the streets, you know? Someone was found outside on the road? No. Who was found outside? Like a person was? Okay, so Moscow police are still looking for the killer and the murder weapon. Loudoun County coroner says a knife was likely used. FBI is coming to assist. No signs of forced entry. So who was the person outside? I that's what I'm saying. It sounds like somebody who knew the house too, or they wouldn't. It wouldn't be strange if he just showed up, you know, like, or maybe he had a key or something. Like a dead person or a live person? Lynn. So Ka-Bar knives are about 6 inches long and similar to the knife Rambo has, Jut said, with a blade on one side and a serrated edge on the other. Yeah, look, the house is pretty big. All right, so they died likely between 3 and 4 a.m., but they weren't discovered for hours. The police got there at noon. Nothing happened in the interim, and nothing happened afterwards. So it seemed to be a unique occurrence that was not apt to be repeated. The timeline helped authorities determine that there was not an active risk. That's a pretty crappy way to go about it, though, because nothing happened afterwards. I mean, serial killers kind of do like a one-night thing, and then they wait and then come back, you know? That she read that. I didn't. Was it a live person? I think dead or at least unconscious. Oh, okay. Maybe one of them was outside. You've known about another incident in September with a guy with a knife and other students. Wait, what? So, blood seen oozing from the house. So wait, something happened there in September with somebody with a knife? The Moscow Police Department received a report that a group of students walking between the steam plant parking lot number 14 and the Student Recreation Center on Paradise Path were threatened by a person with a knife. No individual was harmed in the incident, but campus community members are advised to be cautious, the notification said. This happened in September. A white male, 18 to 22 years old, wearing all black clothes and a baseball cap. The male was on a nondescript mountain bike, had a blue backpack, and was last seen heading east on Paradise Path. The suspect has not been identified and is still at large. Well, that's weird. I haven't seen anything about one being outside, though. Oh, maybe one of the persons was killed. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe one of the persons was killed outside, right? And they saw like somebody laying outside, and they called and said it looks like somebody's unconscious out on the lawn, and then they realized it was people murdered, you know? I mean, you don't have to, Lynn. If you can find it, you can. If you can, you can't. It's fine. That's crazy that they had a person already threatening people with a knife. And that description could be the same description of that other guy, too. But yeah, let's finish the press conference. Sorry. I get easily. Oh, is this still going? I don't know.
Chief Wright, John Webb with KHQ. On September 12th, there was a vandal alert that was sent out about a potential stabbing threat on Paradise Path. Does this have any connection with what we've seen so far?
Not that we know of it, but we're following up every lead. Every piece of information we get, we are following up to ensure that nothing has gone unturned. We want to have the individual identified, who is the suspect of this eventually. So we are literally looking into every aspect of everything.
And you guys have said repeatedly that there's no threat to the public, but we don't know who the suspect is. We don't know where he's at. How is there no threat to the public at this point?
Well, that's kind of an unknown. Like I said, we took the information that we had at the time, but we do need to be aware. The individual
All
is
right,
still
Circle
out there,
Box,
right?
thanks for
We
coming.
need to be vigilant. We need to watch out for our neighbors. We're a community policing community. We've said that for years, and it's a community that watches out for each other. We need to continue to do that until we can close this off and make an arrest.
Why has there been such limited information over the past couple of days? I mean, we're almost 4 days into this. Why has it been so limited?
Yeah, it's a difficult, we have a lot of information coming in, and, we have tried to push out some information through press releases. But the reality is, I probably should have been standing here a day or so ago, but I'm here now. We're going to continue to be here. We're going to continue to give you the information we can. We care about this community. I care about this community. I've worked here for 27 years. I want this community to be the safest community around. So
The mayor has called it a crime of passion. Is there any indication that that's true?
we're looking into every aspect of this. I'm not going to stipulate whether it's one thing or another. We're going to continue to.
If they release the autopsy findings, I think that will be telling, because I mean, if they say, how many times each person was stabbed and whatnot, I don't know if they did or not, but if they do, I'll look and check after this. But if they did or they do, that would be pretty telling too, because say if Madison got the worst of it, or what if it kind of went down like this? Him and Madison were fighting. He stabs Madison. Then her best friend comes out, starts flipping out, and he stabs her. And then they hear the other two hear the commotion, and they, he maybe it was each person happened at a time or something, or the last couple came out together because they heard the commotion, and then he killed them both. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't all of them at one time. That's crazy. But I would like to know how many times each person was stabbed and all that, because I think that would be telling if one person was targeted with got the worst of it. You know what I mean? Then I'd be oh, maybe if Madison got the worst of it, then maybe it was her boyfriend and he was pissed about something. I forgot I was off camera for the longest time. All right, hold on.
Investigating. This is one thing or another. We're going to continue to investigate and
Keep stopping at the same part.
evidence will get that. So,
One last question, if I could, Chief. Have we looked at any boyfriends or any ex-boyfriends, any spouses as a potential suspect?
I will tell you, we are looking at everyone. Every tip we get, every lead we get, there's no one that we're not going to talk to. There's no one we're not going to interview. There's no one that we're not going to look into. And we're going to do our due diligence. We're going to make sure that nothing goes unturned, and that we do everything we can with the assistance of all the resources we have to get a final answer.
Thanks, Chief Wright.
So there were, sorry, I'm Emma Epperly with the Spokes Interview. Hi. So there were other roommates who lived at that residence. Were the roommates home at the time of the attack?
There was other people home at that time, but we are not just focusing just on them. We're focusing on everybody that may be coming and going from that residence.
So since they were home, was it a hostage situation?
No, it was not.
And then they didn't call it into police, so were they injured?
They were not injured. But like I said, we're still following up with everybody that could have been in that area.
And how can you say it's a targeted attack if you don't have a suspect?
Like I said, we take the totality of the situation. We try to make the best bit of information we can with everything that comes in. And then we make our decision off of that. So at this time, I'm not going to expand upon that.
I think they have an
But
idea
like
of
I've
who it
said,
might be.
we do have a suspect out somewhere, and we are looking for that individual to solve this.
Hi, Rachel Sun, Northwest Public Broadcasting. I just want to clarify something you said earlier. Over the past couple of days, the information that we've been getting
Okay,
is
they were
there's
all
not a
inside.
threat to the public. And earlier I heard you say you can't be sure that there is no threat. I just want to clarify what your stance is on that at this time.
So we still believe it's a targeted attack, but the reality is there's still a person out there who committed 4 horrible crimes. So I think we got to go back to there is a threat out there still, possibly. We don't know. We don't believe it's going to be to anybody else, but we all have to be aware of our surroundings and make sure that we're watching out for each other.
Sounds like they have an idea.
Okay, and then one other follow-up. I know you said when the call came in, it was for an unconscious person, and also that was a stabbing. It seems, just from an outside perspective looking in, like that would be not the first thing a person calling in would think.
You're right. But the report that we got was that it was an unconscious individual. It wasn't until our officers arrived on scene, went in to do caregiving check on the individual who was unconscious, that we found the scene that we found.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Heather Roberts with ABC News. Just to follow up on what she asked. So the other 2 roommates were there at the time of the attack?
All the information that we have from our investigation is that yes, they were.
Okay, but they were unhurt.
That is correct.
So is there any explanation as to why it took so long then for someone to call 911? You have surviving witnesses to an incident at 3 or 4 in the morning, and the 911 call didn't come until noon?
I don't think I ever said that they were witnesses. I said they were there. So, we don't know why that call came in at noon and not in the middle of the night. Would have we loved for that to have happened? Yes, but that's not how it took place. So,
Sorry. So did you see that thing I put up? Was I talking? Oh my God, I didn't even know I was muted. So did you hear what I said though about this again? Look, it's late. I'm tired, y'all. Hold on. Let me pull it out again. All right. Let's redo this. All right, right here. We determined early in the investigation that we do not believe there is an ongoing threat for community members. Evidence indicates that this was a targeted attack. At this time, we have shared every piece of information that we can without compromising the investigation. So they have evidence, apparently, that this was a targeted attack. So I'm telling you, I think they have an idea of who their suspect is. And they have evidence that it was one particular person and it was targeted. Yeah, it was someone they knew, in my opinion. They wouldn't say that if they... Say it again. Yeah, I think it's an ex or somebody who like had a crush on them and, you know, it wasn't like returned love. So I'm saying I'm going to put my money on Madison's boyfriend. Well, maybe probably ex-boyfriend, but just going to put my money on that. Yeah. All right, let me keep playing.
That's why we're investigating everything still to try to pull all the pieces together.
Were they one of the people? Were they the 911?
Oh no, I don't think it was more than one person. I think it was one person. I think it was one person, and they were upset. I'm telling you, I think it's Madison's boyfriend. Like, I think she broke, because you can tell by her demeanor if you watch the video. He looks like that guy. Like, he's about the same height because she had these massive platform shoes on. And then if you take away those shoes, he was about that exact height. His face looks similar. His hair color looks similar. And he looks, how can I explain this? Comfortable enough to walk up to them, but they look like they're ignoring him. And he looks like he's trying to hang around them, and she particularly keeps walking further away from him. Like, if you notice, she walks like he's standing next to her friend, and then she walks way over here and then stands there, and she stays on the other side of her friend. She really, like, you can tell she kind of keeps her distance, and then he's standing there, and then they leave, and then he notices they leave, and then he leaves. So I'm telling you, I feel like it's one of those situations, right, where you break up with your ex and everyone's drunk and he's trying to like hover around and watch what you do and keeps watching you, and they're like, oh, like he won't go away, you know, like she just doesn't want to be around him. And then he keeps trying to follow them and be there and keep an eye on her, and then they bounce, and then he shows up familiar with the house, no forced entry, evidence that it's targeted. Yeah, but it could be someone that took advantage of her. But I'm telling you, for a crime of passion, it's somebody who really cares about somebody and they're pissed off that it's not being returned. And for them to say one individual, they've said multiple times, one individual, and I'll show you him. Ready? Look. He's got that like little light goatee there. He's got the longer like curly hair. You see when he takes his hat off at the one point and goes like this, and his hair is kind of like curly. He's got the same kind of build, same height difference. And she had platform shoes on, so keep that in mind. And look, 1 year with my best friend. Life is so much sweeter with you in it. Let's see if there's other pictures of them. You can't tell me it don't look like this dude. I think it looked just like this guy. Does he have a white hoodie on? He does have like a blue hat like that, it looked like. See, look. He's thin. And then look, he has a picture of them on his thing, right? But look at hers. No pictures with, I mean, this was, okay, so he has a picture with her 6 weeks ago. And she's in the same outfit. This looks like their house. That looks like that deck. So, shit. Hold on. That looks like that house. It's definitely that house. Look. He knows the house. And then look at the comments here. He looks like the killer to me. Looks like we know who the killer is now. Rest in peace. I mean, look, I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying that he looks like him. Like the guy in the video. Well, no, I think that she broke up with him and he, you know, like was upset and wanted and was trying to like, you know, be around, and maybe he freaked out, you know. Look, I'm gonna show you that you can't tell me that this doesn't look like the dude. Hold on. All right, ready? I'll put side by side for you. Right there. Look, he's got the little fuzz down there. His nose looks similar in size. Let me download this so I can zoom in for you. How can I? He looks like a similar, like he's got similar features. Look. Can't tell me that guy does not look like he has similar features. And you could tell anyone could bring a Rambo knife. You know what I mean? So, look, not saying that he's the killer. I'm just saying he looks like him. That's all. It looks like him. He's about the same height. He's got the same features, same build, same light hair. Look at that hat. That's the same friggin' Nike hat. Look at that. Look, you can see the fucking check marks. Excuse my language. Right there. Bam, 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 bam. It even fits him the same exact way. Well, his thing's private, so I can't see it. But look, that's the same freaking hat. And if you watch the video, she stands as far away, like she's constantly in between her friend and him, and he looks like he's just standing, you know. Ain't nobody had one of those boyfriends in high school that after you broke up with them, they just like lurked around like a little creeper and watched your every freaking moment. Like, I've had a couple of them, you know, that like just stood there and watched you like a weirdo, you know. I think it looks just like him. And they said they have evidence. Request to be his friend. No, but please, nobody reach out to this guy or like, you know, harass him. I know y'all won't, but, you know, I have to say it. Hold on. All right, I requested him. Let's see what happens. I just think he looks so much like, yeah. Look, he knows the house. He's been there. He's in a picture with her on the deck of her house. He knows the house. He knows where he could get in. There's no forced entry. He looks like he's trying to hang around them, but they don't want to hang around him. You can see he keeps trying to be close to them, and he follows them and talks to people near them, and they kind of like ignore him. You know what I mean? I can't see his Insta. I look through hers and I don't see the jacket, but that's the same damn hat. That's the same freaking hat for sure. Look, he's wearing it there too in the picture with her. That's the same hat in my opinion. Let me see. Well, she's been with him for a year, so maybe. He does kind of start giving me creeper vibes. Look, everyone thinks it's him too. Look, this guy killed him. Look. Is he balding already? Jesus. How old is he? He's got the same exact build too. Look, they're all taking pictures on this deck. Oh man. The more pictures I see of him, the more creeps he gives me. What the heck? Looks like he's wearing a freaking toupee or whatever, doesn't he? Look at him. Yeah, he's got the same features. Let me see if he's in other ones. Look, this is their house. This is that house. It's definitely the same hat. The more I see this guy, the more total creep factor he gives me. What kind of shoes did he have on? He had like, they looked like Reebok Classics or like, see if I can see shoes on him anywhere. They're Vans. That's him right there. There he is. Those are the shoes. Dude, look at the shoes. Look at the shoes. Look at the shoes. The white shoes with the blue Nike stripe. I'm telling you guys. I think it's him. He got the same shoes. I can't find any. He had a white hoodie on and a brown jacket over top, but I can't find any pictures with a brown jacket. Hold on. No. But you can see this is the last picture he takes of them together. This is 6 weeks ago. That's what he has on his thing. Let's see. But he's not in the Halloween picture. And this is 5 days ago. He's not here. There was one with a black jacket with the hood. Did he look like he had another one under? He had a black jacket on? This? That's not a jacket. This is a sweatshirt. That's a black hoodie. He had a white hoodie on with a brown jacket over top. But I'm telling you, it's the same shoes and the same Nike hat. Watch. Look, we'll go back to the video. First off, you can't see his shoes here, I don't think. But look, that's the same exact Nike hat he has on in the one picture, right? You see, look at the shoes. I told y'all, look at the shoes. He has those same shoes, the white ones with the blue Nike strikes, the tennis shoes. He has the same shoes and the same freaking hat. Remember I kept saying, look at the shoes, look at the shoes, look at the shoes. I mean, I guess those shoes can be pretty popular, but they're the same damn shoes. And he looks like him. He's the same height. And look, you can see he just keeps kind of like hovering around them. And he's one of those guys who probably like looks super harmless. You know what I mean? Like if you look in the pictures, he gives you the creep vibe, but he looks harmless. You know what I mean? So they're probably just like, just ignore him, you know? Hold on. Let me go back to the video. Because look, in the damn video, you can see... Hold on. I need to find where. See, this is like the longer one where they have. All right, so they're over here now. He's standing there. All right, watch. Hopefully it doesn't scale.
I'm doing fantastic.
But look, they're here. He walks over.
What can I get for you?
See? He's walking over. He just stands there like a total creep. They're talking. Still there.
Oh yeah. How many food tacos would you like?
I'm gonna mute it. Hold on. He even takes his hat off at the one point, and you can tell it's like curly and longer. But look, he's just kind of standing there, and they're kind of like. He's like expecting them to talk to him and they're kind of like ignoring him, you know? But she keeps standing way far away from him. Like, she keeps walking over here. Like, she wants to be as far away as possible. Look, she kind of stays. She goes all the way over here. I wish I had just this camera angle. I mean, look, it could just be this guy, you know, it might not be him. Like, he could have just happened to be there and was trying to get her attention, but still. He's got the same exact shoes in that picture. Look, and did you see that guy? Look. That guy walks up to her and puts his hand on her cheek. Kind of goes like this, like being all cute with her, and he's really, really, really close to her. And then he grabs his food. Unless he was grabbing food stuff and it just looked like he was touching her face, but he looked really awfully close to her. And then he looks like he puts his hand on her shoulder when he left. But it could be just because she's standing there. I don't know. But hoodie guys, look, he's just staring at her. I don't even know where her friend is right now. Look. Oh, there she is. But look, he's just staring, and she keeps ignoring him. Yeah, he's not even with anyone. He's following them by himself. And then they leave him, right? They get their food and they leave him. Like, they don't leave with him, they leave. And then he notices that they leave and then he leaves, but seems to go a different way. But man, that looks just like that guy. Like, he's not even with friends or anything. He happens to talk to this guy and he looks like he keeps saying something to her and she's ignoring him. She keeps looking over like she's like, please have him go away. Like, look how close she's sitting to that thing. Like, she's trying to be so far away with him. He hails the guy in the tank top. Like, oh, I'll hail the guy walking around in the tank top. It's so cold. I wish we could hear what they whispered in the beginning. This corner one, I can't, because it's like I can't bring it. It's a camera angle. But he's down here. This is all 4 different camera angles and all going at the same time. But this is where you can see him. And he just, every time they move, he moves with them. Like, they move over here, he gets closer. Hey, Kellyanne. That's okay. Here comes a bunch of people getting their food. But look, he's not with anyone. He's alone. And she looks like she's trying to stay far, far away from him. And he's got the same exact shoes on and the same exact hat in the pictures. And they even look like, to be honest, you know that picture where he's sitting on the bench with her and he's got the flannel shirt and she's pouring alcohol in a cup? Those look like those pants he was wearing. I wonder if you can see his bald spot if I rewind it. This guy, yeah, that guy was talking to him, but that guy wasn't with him. He just kind of like strikes up conversation with them while they wait. Like, they have a conversation, but he's not with that guy. He walked up with them. Not really like with them though. Like, they walked up and he kind of just pulled in. You know what I mean? And he walks up with them and leaves when they do. Let me fast forward. I'm telling you, man, it looks just like that guy. I mean, they still would have to find a connection to put him at the scene. You know what I mean? Like, just because he was here does not mean he did anything. But they go to school together. He knows the home. Watch, I think they leave soon. She looks like she's yelling at him or something. She's yelling something. And she's pointing at him. Do you see that? Also, if they have the same group of friends, he's going to just be around, you know? Like, he's going to... The guy who was at the, like, near her with the jersey on, is that the guy you're talking about? Yeah, it looked like that to me too. But, like, if they all hang out with the same group of friends, he'll definitely show up the same places she's at, you know? And he knows the house because he's taking pictures with her there. I'm trying to fast forward to when they leave. Now he gets all caught up in a conversation. He's still looking back, though, and I think they leave. Ah, shit. Here they go. They leave right here. Look, she gets her food. And they go. And look, he just points and says like, hey, like they're leaving or whatever. And he stands there for a minute and then he goes. It almost looks like he goes to go that way, but maybe they drove off in an Uber or something and then he goes that way and goes around the block. I think they have an idea who it is too, the way they sound it. I think it's going to end up being him. I just happen to think that. I don't know. I just get that feeling. Yeah. Sus. Right? So sus. Okay. So that's her boyfriend. I don't know if they broke up. There's nothing that says they broke up, but in her latest few pictures, he's not in them. And the way, like, he looks just like her boyfriend. He's got the same shoes, the same hat that I found in the pictures, and he's got similar hair. He's got a similar goatee with a similar color, and he's got a similar facial structure. And he even has those black pants, which I'll show you really quick before I go. I noticed that too. Hold on. Because I do have to end it because it's late. But I just want to show you. These pants. Ready? Those. He's wearing those black, like, jean type pants. Tell me those don't look like the same pants. That looks like the same pants, right? That's definitely the hat he was wearing. You could see the mark. And he's wearing those Nike shoes. The same Nike shoes I saw. Hold on. Let me piece together where they are again. No. Not those. Hold on. Where did I see those shoes? Those. Look. Tell me those aren't the same freaking shoes. They got the navy blue Nike check on them. And they're those like white like tennis shoes that remind me of like they're like real low tennis shoes. The white tennis shoes are the same exact shoes. Same pants, same hat, and same shoes. He owns all three of those things that he was wearing in that video. And he even takes his hat off, and you can see his hair's like curly. I couldn't tell if he had a bald spot, though. Yeah, he's still got them shoes. They've only been together for a year. Oh, no. Well, that video was before they were killed. I mean, he might not have those shoes now. They're probably thrown out, but he might have had those shoes on when he killed them because... But they're the same exact shoes that he had on in the video. This is 19 weeks ago. The same hat and those black pants. He has those black pants too. Look. I'm telling you, they're the same exact black pants. Look, you can tell because they look like dress pants, but they're not. They're like Vans. His feet don't look too big. No, they're not that big for a guy. He does look a little creepy here, though. Wait, where's the one with the hair? But look, that's the deck. He's in a picture with her on the deck. No, it's not that one. Hold on. I think it... shoot, I keep hitting the wrong things. Hold on. Might be this one. No. Where's the one where he's on the deck with her? I'm telling you, they're the same shoes, though. He's in the same exact damn shoes. Same shoes, same hat, same pants. All right, I give up. But that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, don't harass this guy or message him, guys. I'm just saying he looks like him. It doesn't mean that he murdered them. He could have just been out with the group because he's friends with them. But if I had to put my money on who I think it was, I think he would know the house. I think it would be a crime of passion. I think by the way she was acting that she was not being friendly with him. Something gives me bad vibes there. So I'm just speculating. But, you know, I don't think anyone would. But, you know, I have to say that just to be careful. But, yeah, I'm definitely side-eyeing that dude. He's sus. For sure. All right, well, I'm going to end it because I've been on here for like 3 hours. Can't be going down a rabbit hole. But I can come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow or something. We could talk about it. Maybe more stuff will come out by then, or they'll talk about the autopsies and stuff. I know, I can't either, Risk. How crazy was that? That means it soaked through the floor. Yeah, that was crazy. All right, Kayla. Yeah, I probably went over like 3 different times everything I talked about, so you wouldn't miss anything with that. But the Casey Anthony stuff for sure. The Casey Anthony stuff you can go back and rewatch. All right, guys. Good night. Thanks for coming. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up. And I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Yeah, I want a new place to call too. I'll look into it more tonight, and then maybe tomorrow we can go over it, see if I find more info. Because I kind of just like winged it because Parker got me into this tonight, and I didn't really get to deep dive like I wanted to. I did my deep diving with y'all like live. Good night, everyone. See ya.